combination that was one of the more memorable for me was older vintage reserve Chardonnay in Finland, in Helsinki, with simply prepared meats. Because it's not a direction that we would typically go. So it was, and it worked really well. You know, the flavors in the meat were subtle enough that in the Chardonnay, when you taste the reserve Chardonnay, I think it's a great example of how it's not always, you know, whites with fish and chicken and, you know, reds with beef and lamb. There's a lot of ways you can mix that up, and so, you know, if you look at the body in the Chardonnay and it increases, you know, certainly when you hit the private reserve Chardonnay, you're looking at a wine that in food and wine pairing can actually work almost like a red wine will. I mean, you still would be, you know, somewhat thoughtful about your approach, but it's rich, it's concentrated, it's structured. You have a lot of those components. You know, that make a red wine work with a dish that make that white wine work.
And does the smokiness at all go with when meat is charred or caramelized a little bit, that kind of thing, the white meat and the red meat and the white wine?
I think it's, you know, so for me, the whole food and wine pairing is just like if you're in the kitchen and you're cooking. You know, there's different ways that you can approach, you know, your menu. And do you want something that is more about contrast? Because sometimes that can be a lot of fun. You know, something that really almost puts a spotlight on something. Or do you want to your point, you know, it can also be really fun to pick up a note in the dish, you know, that you get in the wine, and so you have that connection. But I think both can work really well, and and it's fun. There's no right or wrong. It's all about, you know, your personal taste and what you like.
Absolutely.